Okay, this is a good question. Linda, do you want to ask this one?
Yeah. And so, I mean, you had an example today of you just wanted to do a thing, you just needed access. But yeah. And I would ask you, as the audience, too, to reflect on how did you feel? Like, what perceptions were you starting to get of maybe myself and Em because of a lack of access? And is that something that you might do to other people, particularly the people that you might be serving? Like that's one of the things that I think of, especially around instructional design and doing accessibility for learning in particular. What are the things we're thinking about the people that we may be making assumptions about when it was just a matter of we just needed access so that we could do the thing?
Yeah. And that's,
Invite.
I mean, I think that's so important to challenge, yeah, what your perceptions are of things, and also try to reflect on how that feels. Like, I think one of the universal experiences when you're doing a collaborative project and you don't have access to the file, but some people do, and it's frustrating. And then people start getting frustrated at you for asking for access again because it's throwing them on, they're already cruising. And, I think that is a universal experience, but there are so many other times when you've been waiting for something and other people just were able to get it. Maybe it could be healthcare, it could be grades, it could be getting a student into something, it could be just getting the program downloaded, whatever it is. The Wi-Fi is slower than somebody else's.
Or even social interaction. So if we go back to the video that we watched at the beginning, where he's talking about people were talking to everybody around him except him. And so those are the kind of things that, again, if we start to think a little deeper about the work that we do and the impact that we're having on people, thinking about that too. So, and I don't need to, everybody's heard the Maya Angelou quote about, people remember how you make them feel. But that's the piece, right? Is actually when you don't have, it's something as simple as a lack of access, it's something that is just about a removal of a barrier that causes this kind of, the ladder of escalation about how we feel about people, how we see people, how we view situations, how we view ourselves in the context of, do we find ourselves getting impatient? All of those things. Again, it all stems back to removal of barriers.